Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Malix Talks, episode 2. Now, today we're going to be talking about Sword Art Online. It got a lot of adaptations, it has games, it has a movie coming out. I think it's going into its third season for the anime. It has manga and light novels. It's really popular, yet a lot of people hate on it. So I'm going to be giving my opinions on SAO today. Now, to start off, it was created by Reki Kawahara, and it has a wide fan base. And at the same time, it has a lot of people that hate it for some reason. I like it. Might just be me, but I'm gonna name 5 good things about it and 1 or 2 bad things about it. Now, starting off with the good things, I love the concept behind it of people in a virtual reality. I'm a big gamer on Xbox. I'm an Xbox person through and through, but I will play on just about any console I can get my hands on. So I like games. I do. I'm still working on recording games though. Besides the point. But I love that concept of people being inside a virtual reality game where you have 100% control of your character. I know there are open world games, but that would be taking it to a whole new level. Like open world, open movement, do whatever you can think of. That would be incredible. Now, that might just be personal opinion. There might be some people that like the side scrolling games or like the limited action games or things like that. Personally, I love the open world games like that. So SAO does sound really awesome to me. Also, the server, to have 10,000 people on a server at one time and not crash, it's pretty good. Because at the beginning, all 10,000 were in one little area. That must be a massive server or something like that. I don't know. Not exactly sure how the servers worked. There might have been more servers. There might have been one server. I think there was only one server. I might have to go recheck that. But at the beginning, there was 10,000 people, and at the end of Sword Art Online, there was a little over 6,000 left, which is kind of weird because within the first couple months, 2,000 died. And then over the course of the next 2 years, 2,000 people died. I feel like it was at the beginning, people didn't know what they were doing. Like any game, really. You play it, you don't know what you're doing at first, and you're going to die a few times before you get the hang of it. But SAO, you had one life, so you had to learn quick. Sounds fun to me, but who knows. But also, they beat the game on floor 74, I think it said. I think it said floor 74 because I think there was 26 floors left because they just beat the giant skeleton monster. Sorry, I didn't memorize all the boss names. I know the Gleam Eyes, that's for sure, because Kirito goddamn nearly soloed that boss. Dual wielding. OP. It's OP, man. OP. Plot armor. That's all you need. Plot armor, 2 swords. That's it. But he beat Kirito, which is Kazuto Kirigaya, of course, beat the game on floor 74, if I remember correctly. It's been a minute since I watched SAO. But because I remember they beat this giant skeleton monster that wiped out a bunch of people. And then he figured out that Heathcliff was actually Kaiba. So they talked for a minute and then they fought. And spoilers, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put a spoiler warning at the beginning, just flashing sign maybe that says spoilers. But yeah, so Kirito beat Heathcliff, which I was vague. It was vague to me. Other people might have understood it a lot faster than I did, but it didn't seem like Kayaba died. Because you see him later on in the series in ALO 2 when Kirito fights Sugo because Sugo's doing bad things. Not getting into that discussion. I'll get triggered too quickly. Hated that guy. No, no. Calm. Zen. Peace. Discussions. Back to what I was saying before I have a meltdown over some of the worst villains ever. But they got out, and Asuna was still in the game, which I can understand kind of how that works. Just snag a few of the data, because going through the system, it's just data. And if you can hack at all, if you have a big company, you can just go, well, we just bought this company, we're just going to take this data right here and keep it in a little storage bank. So he could pretty much make an SAO2 of sorts, to where he was doing his own experiments, and that's Sugo. Alberon, Alberon, I think was his name in the ALO. Alberon, because I think it was Alberon the Fairy King. That was Sugo. Hated him. Because Asuna got trapped in there because Sugo loved her. And it was like gonna be a forced marriage. That was just some things that. I mean, I got way off subject, but I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about how I think about it, and kind of going back and forth. But I don't like. I'm gonna go into the don't like real quick. I didn't like the time skips. I don't know why. It's just there was this gap. There's a huge, and I kind of want to know what happened here. Where did he get some of this armor? Where did he get the swords? Things like that. When did he first notice that he had the dual wielding skill? Things like that. I was kind of going, does some details here. I've looked at the manga a little bit, but not much. So they might have told more in the manga. I'll have to check. I'll probably do that here in a little bit, actually. I'll check the manga. But moving on to other good things. Other good things that I liked was characters. I don't know how to explain it. I liked the character diversity. But at the same time, all the girls liked Kirito. All of them. Which I don't know why, but that was off. I didn't like that. But I did like how some of the characters acted a little differently than others, because I've seen some animes, can't name any off the top of my head, because I didn't really like them, so I didn't remember the names, where all the characters had about the same attitude for some reason. And I never could understand why. It's like they're all clones of the creator, and he just went, okay, I'm going to have myself talk to myself, and that'll be that. But I kind of like how SAO has each character having their own personality, and what they think, and everything. But, of course, all the girls, of course, like Kirito. What can you do? He's Kirito. Defying logic. Something else I liked. Some of the weapon names, like the Elucidator. I thought that was pretty original. Weapon names, names of characters in there, I thought they were really original. I did. Uh, I mean, I don't know where someone would come up with the name Elucidator, really. It's odd. I have to do more research on that, actually. I might save that one for a rant. Some small details and things. But moving on, other good things I liked was it wasn't just a one season series. It was actually multiple seasons, and they're coming out with a third season right now, which I still like it, so I'm going to be checking that out as soon as I find it. They're also coming out with a movie. I think it's called Ordinal Scale. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm getting hate now in the comments. Ooh, so sorry. Might have got that wrong. I don't think I did. I remember something about the SAO movie Ordinal Scale. Pretty sure that was it. But SAO, the first episode takes place in the year 2022, which is a pretty good ways into the future from where we are. It's not too long into the future, but it's in there. which I don't think we will have perfect VR gear by then. We might if we discover some alien tech in the next couple years, but I don't think that's plausible in the slightest. But another thing I really liked about it was how the arcs were different. It wasn't just like a repeating thing. It's like, well, it was kind of repeating because Kazuto kept most of the same skills and most of the same abilities and pretty much the same mindset going through all the seasons and everything, which was survive and save Asuna pretty much, and to make sure no one else died. That's why when Death Gun appeared in Gun Gale, that's why he went in to check it out, because people dying in a game, he doesn't like that anymore. He walked out of SAO intact, and he wants other people to enjoy games and not die, which I can understand that. If I ever walked into a game and there was a guy running around killing people from the game to the real world, I know it's impossible, but still, that would make me kind of hesitant to play games for a minute. I know it's impossible, but still, you can't say, oh, there's a guy in here killing people. He can kill me, but I can't kill him. Oh, I'm gonna go challenge him to a fight. No, no one thinks that, unless you're suicidal. But, things I like, just to do a small recap, I like the concept. I like the art, actually. I love the art because there was a lot of art. Now, some of the background pictures, of course, were blurred and smeared faces and all, but that's to be expected of just about any anime, really. I love character design. That probably falls under art, but the uniqueness of each character on outfits mostly. I liked the outfits because they seemed rather intricate in some ways. Lots of lines and lots of different like patterns on some of them. Not a lot of things. I like the weapons, as I already said. Love the weapons, the swords, uh, gun go online, especially because I like guns. Love guns. I love sniper rifles in particular. The Hecate ratio 2.0 that Sina and Asada Shino carried. Uh, it's a big gun actually in real life. You can look up the entire Hecate ratio or Ultima. What was it? Hecate Ultima ratio, I think it was overall. It's just a huge sniper rifle, massive, bigger than a Barrett 50 cal. If that tells you anything, a lot bigger than a Barrett 50 cal. It's like an anti-material rifle, really. But there was just so much. I could not go over all of SAO and everything that happened in every single arc and everything in this one video. Not with the allotted amount of time I'm using, because I put a limit on myself of how much time I will use in each video, and I'm rapidly approaching that right now, so I'm gonna have to start wrapping up here pretty quickly. So to recap, I love the idea behind SAO. I love the characters. I love the setting. I love everything really about it, except for the time skipping. I did not like the time skipping because it didn't really tell me how they got this, how this happened, where these other 2,000 people went off and died. Didn't go any more detail into other things, like who all Kirito was friends with within those 2 years, because he didn't just run with Asuna, Klein, and a couple others those entire 2 years, because sometimes they were on the front lines and back, and he would be down on lower floors, but we didn't completely know what he was doing on the lower floors. But again, I'm gonna have to check out the manga because they might have said some more in the manga. But this has been Malix Talks SAO, Sword Art Online. If you have any other ideas for subjects you want me to go over, I will be happy to do them. Comment them down below. Leave a like if you've figured out anything about this. Told all the information I really had. But Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.